Welcome everybody. There's going to be a lot of cookies left over tonight. So get a couple and take them home. There's another tray in the back, I heard, Margaret. For those of you who might not know me, my name's Laura O'Connor. I'm the Wellness Director at Oaknoll, and I've been here for quite a long time, maybe longer than all of you. I've been here 21 years. Does anybody top that? Nope, I thought I would win. So we did a program about 2 weeks ago with the Community Connections, and I talked and talked and talked, for those of you who were here, all about our wellness program. We also talked about the salon. I'm going to review some of that for those of you who weren't here, and then I'm going to turn it over to some of the other people and let them do the talking, because you don't need to listen to me talk as much as I did the last time. I'm going to start by introducing everybody. So Demetra is over here on my left. Demetra is my go-to for all pain and torture in the fitness room. And then Lindsay is right next to me, and she started here a couple years ago. And Lindsay does everything at Oaknoll, not just fitness and wellness, as you all are well aware. And to my right, I have Lisa, Claire, and these young ladies teach yoga. And Lisa's been here. How many years have you been teaching?
I just looked it up. It'll be 13 years.
Lisa's been teaching for us for 13 years. She looks exactly the same as the first day she started.
It's the power of yoga.
The power of yoga. And Claire started as a sub for Lisa and has now taken over some of her own classes. And Claire, you've had to be here at least 4 years. Do you think longer? I don't know for sure. About 4 years. And then to the far right is Tracy. Tracy is a reflexologist. And I want to tell a little story about when somebody asked me about having reflexology at Oaknoll. I took it upon myself to go to Tracy and experience an hour of reflexology to make sure she was legit and it would be a service that all of you would like. And I did it for you. I promptly fell asleep after about 8 minutes. So Tracy's going to talk a little bit about reflexology and the health benefits, and I can tell you it feels wonderful. And I hope there's some people in the room who've experienced Tracy's art. The people who aren't here, let me start back up by saying I'm in charge of the salon, and I think I asked the question before, does anybody know why I'm in charge of the salon? Nope.
No one else wanted it?
Kinda. Because it's across the hall. It's across the hall. So when Diane Ely left, Diane Ely was our HR manager at Human Resources, and she was in charge of the salon. And then she retired, and they said, here you go. So I became in charge of the salon. I don't do anything for the salon except for approve their payroll. I don't know anything about running a salon. It's not something that I've ever done. Luckily for me, everybody that's ever worked in our salon is self-motivated, manages their time, they manage the salon way better than I could ever do. But the folks who are not here in the salon, some of our two obvious people, Jolene and Barb. Have you all met Jolene? Have any of you not met Jolene? Okay, and then Barb. So Barb used to work in environmental services, and Barb's probably been here 8-10 years. And so she recently came full-time to the salon. She was part-time in our salon and EBS, then COVID nixed that, and she came back part-time. Eventually, we got her on full-time in the salon. Jolene primarily works in the George Salon, which is across the hall from me, and Barb primarily works in the Health Center Salon. Any of you can go to either one of those salons at any time. We're not separated anymore. If you want to have your hair done by Barb, she can either come to the George Salon or you could go to her in the Health Center. We don't have any more limitations on traveling through the building. The other person in a couple people I want to talk about is Abby. Abby was not able to come tonight. She's our massage therapist. Have any of you had a massage from Abby? Yes, she's wonderful. So Abby's here weekly, and I want to say her days at this campus are Wednesdays, and her day at the East Campus is Thursday. What am I missing? Oh, V. How many of you have ever had your nails done by V? Yes, or pedicure. V is the best in Iowa City. I've said that before, and I'll say it again. She comes into us, every single day almost, and she's really, really good. There's nobody out in the community better than V for pedicures and manicures. She's also got into facials. Has anybody got a facial from V yet? Are you? I got to practice one about 3 or 4 months ago when she was starting, so it was very nice. So V and Abby and Tracy are contracted employees. They're contractors, I should say. We contract them out. They are not Oaknoll employees. So from me over here, we are Oaknoll employees, and these three girls are not Oaknoll employees. So Oaknoll, they charge a fee for service, and we pay them to come, but they are not Oaknoll employees. I always want to make that distinction. Yes?
So that means at Christmas time, when we do our...
Shh, don't say anything, they don't know. I'm kidding. You're right, Joan. Joan, I know what you were going to ask. Does that mean at Christmas time, when the Oaknoll employees receive a Christmas gift from you all, these girls, unfortunately, are not included?
Nor is V.
No, nor is V or Abby. Yep, that's right. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that later. I don't want to go on and on. I want you guys to ask me questions first so that I can give up the mic. And does anybody have any questions for me specifically? Otherwise, I'm going to give it over to Demetra. And yes, Sue? Tracy's our reflexologist, and I'm going to have her. She'll do her own thing too. Yes? Yep, so if you want services from Abby or Tracy, we do it through the salon?
Usually people contact us directly.
Okay.
Totally just forward, or if somebody leaves a message at the salon, you're welcome to do that. She'll give us your number and we'll give you a call.
Yep, did everybody hear that? So if you want to get services from Tracy or V or Abby, you can contact the salon, and then the girls will get back to you.
Abby is massage@oaknoll.com.
She is massage@oaknoll.com, and Tracy is reflex@oaknoll.com. We're going to have to get you a yoga@oaknoll.com email. Okay, I'm going to give it up to Lisa and Claire. They would like to start their presentation, and they're going to have you do some exercises.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Laura, and thank you, everybody, for being here. Over the past 13 years, Oaknoll has been a really special place for me. Even though I'm not, I don't remember how you put it, but part of Oaknoll, I feel like I'm definitely.
You are definitely part of Oaknoll.
I feel like I'm definitely a part of your family, and it's been a very special place for me. And just a little bit more about me. I have a 19-year-old stepson who is a sophomore at the University of Iowa, and a wonderful partner who we ride bikes together and pretty much have fun all the time navigating our empty nest these days. When I'm not doing yoga, I design playgrounds for children all over the world, custom design playgrounds. I use my architecture background to be able to do that. And not only yoga, but I also teach Pilates and bar as well, and we'll get into that a little bit. And I actually, just a short story about the history of my yoga is my practice and my belief of yoga is, it's called Kripalu yoga is my training. And Kripalu in Sanskrit means compassion. So nothing should ever hurt, and not every body needs to look the same in every pose. So you'll notice in the classes that we teach, we offer a lot of modifications as well. But through yoga, I've actually, earlier this spring, I had a crash on my bicycle and I fractured my pelvis and my sacrum. And it was very awful, but through yoga and Pilates and the bar exercises that I've been practicing through my life, I was able to heal and actually 6 weeks later do a bicycle tour in Europe. So it really is, yoga is really a part of my life, and it can be used in many ways that we'll talk about through the session. But I could keep talking, but I'll let Claire go too. We put together a little presentation for you, and we'll do a little back and forth too.
Thanks, Lisa. Some big footsteps, but I'm happy to be here at Oaknoll, a proud contractor, but here nonetheless. I have been a yoga teacher for 7 years. I took a gap year after high school because I had chronic migraines that kept me from 70% of my junior year. I didn't want to come to college and pay a bunch of money to not go to class. So I got my yoga degree, if you can call it that, and came here and started teaching for the rowing team and for the university. And I am here to say that yoga is not going to solve all your problems, but it's going to make them look a little different and feel a little different. And just in relation to I have pain and I have a body, yoga is a good way to blend those two together and find a little bit of a different perspective. I came to yoga by way of watching my dad tend to his back and knees and hips that have been challenging him forever, but he's still actively mobile today, thanks in part of staying active with yoga. And I think that's about it for my intro.
So, how many of you have ever practiced yoga or Pilates or bar before? Just a show of hands. That's great. Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, in our classes, if you haven't practiced yoga or Pilates or bar before, maybe you have this kind of idea in your mind of people doing headstands or handstands or turning into a pretzel, right? Well, it's not necessarily how we teach the class. In fact, just a simple breath is yoga. And in Sanskrit, it actually has a name called prana. So if you'd like, I invite you to try just 3 breaths with me. So go ahead and have a seat, but kind of move towards the front edge of your seat, and you'll notice what happens when you do that. You start to sit up a little bit straighter. Maybe you align your feet automatically about hip width, and you just start to feel a little bit taller. So only if you're comfortable with this, I invite you to just close your eyes down, and then take a big full breath in, filling the lungs. And when you get to the top, just pause, just for a moment, and then just let it go. And then just do that 2 more times. Maybe the second breath is a little bit deeper. Inhale, pause, and let it go. And 1 more here. Inhale, fill up, feel the length of the spine, the rib cage expand, pause, and slowly let it go. Feel the shoulders melt away from the ears. Maybe you even feel just a little bit more relaxed. And just those 3 breaths is yoga.
I have another little magical demonstration for you. So go ahead and just look left and right and check in with what the range of motion in your neck is right now. So the first part of getting your yoga degree is 200 hours, and I recently did another 100 hours on yoga for the mind. So this is from that on how the muscles in our neck interact with our nervous system. So you're going to go ahead and interlace your fingers behind your head. Just as wide as you can. If this isn't a safe shape, you can have fingers on your shoulders. All right, sorry. Yes, ma'am. Fingers interlaced, elbows nice and wide. Keep your face forward and let your eyeballs slide over to the right, as far to the right as they're gonna reach. I'll keep time. We're gonna keep reaching eyes to the right for about 30 seconds, or until you feel a spontaneous yawn or sigh or swallow. Those are cues that your parasympathetic rest digest nervous system is turning on. So about 10 more seconds, or until you feel that yawn or sigh or swallow. Go ahead and let your eyes come back to center, and now let them reach over to the left, just reaching your gaze as far to the left as it's gonna go, for about 30 seconds here. Or watching for that yawn or sigh or swallow to creep up tells me I'm doing a good job. Go ahead and let your eyes come back to center, let your hands come back to your lap, and see if you have that reveal. Is your range of motion in your neck any better? I know, it's a magic trick. So not everything is that instant, but if you're feeling sore, Lisa and I both ask at the beginning of class, how are you feeling? What's going on? And I think we do a pretty decent job tending to those areas of the body, not overly rigorously, but making it so that it's not you have to come once a week for 3 weeks and then you'll see a result, but I'm gonna go to yoga today and I'm gonna feel better in 2 hours than I feel right now.
Thank you for that. Wow, it's amazing how I can actually turn my head now. So thank you. Now I have another question for you. How many of you could benefit from improved balance, coordination, and flexibility? Yes. I have to tell you that over the many years of teaching yoga, it's been incredible for me to experience the progression of people, especially my favorite one is balance. To watch people in just as little as 1 to 2 weeks, their balance improves. Different poses they're able to obtain. But not necessarily is my goal to teach you how to stand on one leg and float one leg behind you, but more so to be able to do all the things that you want to do in your life. Things like going up and down stairs confidently. When I was injured and I couldn't walk, that was one of the scariest things, was with my confidence, regaining my confidence with balance and being able to even walk confidently, going up and down stairs, reaching overhead for things in cupboards or below, or picking things up off the floor. In our classes, we are able to modify, so as I mentioned before, not all bodies can do the same things. Even throughout the day, your body might feel different than it does later on, or maybe next month. So we're able to offer some different modifications. So Claire will demonstrate a yoga pose, and I will do the modification.
So I think having the mic cueing myself in this pose and doing it at the same time is going to be a little tricky. Can I hit this?
Do you want me to hold the microphone while you're in the position? You might be able to talk louder.
I think I'll just make it harder and do it one-handed, but one of the, iconic yoga poses is downward dog, and its goal is to stretch your chest and your hips because you're sending your pelvis back and up and you're letting your chest sink through your thighs. So we'll come through all fours, tuck toes, peel lips up and back, pressing hands down. And this might not be accessible for everyone, so you can also have hands either on the back of a chair for the least amount of angle in the hips and in the armpits. And when you're ready to progress, you can go down to the seat of the chair from here. And each of us can still get the full body effects. We still feel the stretch in the calves. We still feel the stretch in the armpit chest. And it takes no time at all, practically, to offer these different options which we are here to do. We are your teachers. We want to give you the class that's going to serve your body the best as it is now.
Thank you. So the other two classes that I mentioned that I teach are Pilates, which I like to refer to Pilates as kind of more strengthening and lengthening. We do a lot more coordination, which offers the opportunity for body and mind coordination. So if you're interested in learning more about what that is, please come to those classes as well, which is offered on Thursdays, right in that room over there, hiding room B. It'll be at 11:20, just following toes. So if you're interested in coming to that, please do. And the other class is bar, which is a ballet-inspired class where I like to say that bar kind of encompasses both yoga and Pilates, and more isolating movements to isolate different muscles to strengthen them and then re-lengthen them, and then also incorporating coordination. And that is on Fridays at 9:05 at Oaknoll East in the community room. So I hope to see you at some of those other classes as well. And in closing, I'll let Claire take over.
As we were brainstorming what we wanted to talk about, we talked about how many reasons there are not to come to yoga class. Feeling unsure, feeling like you're not in the in-group, just being cautious learning a new thing, feeling self-conscious of your limitations in your body, busy schedules. And so we're here to remind you that overcoming your doubt and believing us when we say you are welcome in our class, we want to teach you and help you feel better and help you do the things that you want to do with more ease and less discomfort. Will only benefit you and improve your quality of life, which is our goal. So thanks for listening. In closing, we are happy to work with you where you're at. We are always open to feedback, and this meeting, this dialogue is just the first bit of conversation that you're welcome to continue. We have flyers with our contact information with both of our emails, so if you want to reach out to us more directly, that's a great way to do it, or come chat with us after this. Thank you.
Thanks, girls. Does anybody have any questions for Lisa and Claire about yoga and Pilates and bar? Linda? Comment.
The Zoom option is one of the good carryovers from the pandemic, so because there are classes at Easter, there are times to just want to emphasize, appreciate Oaknoll cooperating with that, and Lisa and Claire making that possible, because I know it's a hassle, but for those of us who have any of those transportation issues, thank you.
Linda commented that Zoom is a very nice option, and we did start that during COVID, and some people are still doing that, and they make it work. So it's a great option if you would rather Zoom and do it out of your own apartment, or it's always nice to be in person. By the way, their downward dogs are like perfect. You should see us do downward dogs, and we can show you what it really looks like. I saw a hand go up over here. Question, Jean. For Claire. Did yoga help your migraines, Claire?
It did. Both physically, because I worked on improving the strength in my neck and having those muscles be able to brace everything worked, but there's also genetic pieces, there's stress pieces. So the way it helped them the most is having my relationship with the migraines be different, be able to go through the pain differently. But overall, yes, I have like a very long email I've sent to people about, if you don't have a migraine right now, this is the yoga pose you do. If you think you're getting one, this is what you do. If you have one, this is what you do. So yeah, it's helped me in every stage of having it.
Lisa mentioned, go ahead, Margaret.
On Friday,
No, Tuesday and Thursday.
Thursday is Pilates, Friday.
So, okay, so I want to go back a little bit. So we did not get the November fitness calendar printed out for you today. We tried, but it didn't work. So you have the October fitness calendar, and the November fitness calendar had to be done today. The November fitness calendar will now be incorrect, because unless we get it changed first thing in the morning with Kim Herring, we'll try. So right now we've been doing yoga in Pilates, which yoga is on Tuesday and Thursday is Pilates at 11 o'clock in the studio. But the residents had suggested and requested that we move the classes over here. So we will move the classes over here starting in November, and they can't start at 11 because we have toes. So toes goes until 11:15, and these girls will start their classes at 11:20 right here in the Hayden Room B. And I'm sorry for that confusion. We just have to get those fitness calendars out earlier than what we'd like. We'd like to wait till the very last minute, but we had to get that out. So that will change, and I'll put that in the weekly memo. Yes?
Well, I'd like to give a testimonial.
Here, I'll let you have the microphone then.
So, I take both Lisa and Claire's yoga classes, and I'd like to reaffirm what they said about how if you say at the beginning of class you have a problem with your knee or your hips, or you're just generally stiff, they are amazing in helping you to overcome those things. Not forever, but for that day, you will feel better. And I encourage you to come to those classes, because we need more students in person as well as on Zoom. That's my testimony.
Thank you, Beth. Okay. Does anybody have any more questions or comments for Claire and Lisa? Okay. I'm going to turn our attention to Tracy Davis. Now, Tracy, I don't remember how long you've been coming here. I want to say 4 years or 5? Since 2015? Oh my gosh, so 7 years, wow. Yep. So Tracy does reflexology. I've been the recipient of reflexology, and like I said, it's really wonderful. And I am going to give her the microphone so she can talk about reflexology.
Hello, everybody. I started out selling real estate for 24 years, and then my mom got sick with some medical issues, and it wasn't conducive for me to sell real estate and be at the U all the time. So during that time, I got plantar fasciitis, ended up having foot surgery, and got really interested in how do my feet work. I need to be able to visualize, because I'm very visual, and I know that I can fix something if I just know how I can picture it in my body. I got really interested in how your feet work, and then I came upon reflexology and found a school and went to the school, and then started my own practice, which is where Laura found me. I have 3 grown children and a dog. So I like to travel when I'm not working. Kind of jumping all over the place here. I should have written a list. But anyway, reflexology is basically, there's the premise that there's a map of your body on your feet, and it's represented in reflexes. So, for instance, at the base of your big toe is your neck. So when I'm working on your feet, if I notice it, what it feels like to me is there's little grains of sand maybe underneath your skin, and I can use my finger techniques to break that congestion up. Well, that signals your brain that you have a healthy neck reflex, and it will send all the blood and nutrients to your neck as though it's not inflamed and restricted. So the whole premise is to bring your body to homeostasis. So it has a similar effect as massage therapy. However, it doesn't push the blood through your lymph glands and stuff like that. So if there's an issue where you don't want your blood pushed through your lymph glands, if you're under chemo treatment or something like that, this is a nice way to relax and receive some touch therapy that won't affect the blood going through your lymph glands. It also just provides great sleep. The biggest, the biggest feedback that I've received from anybody throughout my time doing reflexology is that they sleep so soundly after they have a session. And just like with massage therapy, you need to drink water afterwards because it does work some of the toxins out of your system. And some of the myths are that it might tickle. I use a firm touch. I can show you on your hands, and I also do hand reflexology as well. It doesn't tickle. It's a nice environment. I work out of the George Street Salon. I have a nice heated blanket if you like to be cozy. I have music, or some of my clients have a history of being musicians and they don't want any music because they feel like they're working when they hear it. So I tailor the atmosphere to suit you however you need. If you need to sit up, I can work that way as well. So
How long is the session?
I can do 30 minutes, or some people opt for an hour. With the hydraulic table that I use and the bolsters, try to make it as comfortable as possible, but some people just don't like to lay for that long. So I can tailor it to 15 minutes isn't quite enough to get you in there relaxed and go through the whole protocol so that I work the whole body system.
Have any of you ever received reflexology? Oh, Mark, of course. Lisa has a question.
Is it possible when you do, I don't know much about reflexology, but when you do a session, is it possible to say, I've been having a certain issue like my kidneys or something? Is it possible to kind of concentrate on that area, or is it something where you do the entire body?
I do the entire body. Okay, so the question was, if you come to me and say, I have a particular issue, her example was kidneys, can I focus on that? I have a normal routine that follows all of the body systems from head to toe and left to right. So what I'll do is I'll go back over the kidneys. And like I was using the example of the neck at the base of your big toe, if I feel that crunchy or I feel a little bit of congestion, which to me can feel like the sand underneath your skin, or like maybe somebody just stuck a cotton ball up there, it's kind of dense. And after I get to know your feet, I'll be like, so have you not been drinking very much water lately? Sometimes I can tell the little nuances. So what I'll do is I'll go through the normal protocol and I'll go back and work those areas, but I'll give it some time to kind of reset and then go back and just check to see where I'm at. Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions?
So we call the salon for an appointment, is that okay?
I have a card over there. You can call me or text me or email. If you call the salon, Jolene will just give me your name and number and I'll call you back though. That's fine too.
Is this a certain technique in a certain country? Because I think we did this I know we did this in China.
It's ancient. There's you know, cave drawings of people working on the feet. Yes. The lineage that I come from is from Dr. Byers and Eunice Ingham, and they started off with zone therapy, as though your body is in zones, like sliced in zones. And then from that, she studied further and came up with being able to dissect it into where the organs were, and then mapped it out, and it became reflexology.
Thank you, Tracy. Earlier, I said something, and I don't want it to come across the wrong way. I said this: half the room's employees, and these girls are not. The distinction is this, with the exception of you two, she can get tipped, and we cannot. So that's why I wanted to make sure that Abby, V, and Tracy in our salon, they can receive tips, but the three of us who work here, we cannot. And I don't know if people tip yoga instructors. I don't know if that's a custom, but that's the only distinction, and I don't want you girls to feel like you're not part of the Oaknoll family. You're the frosting on the cake, I'll tell you that. So I'm going to move along to Lindsay. And so when Lindsay was our intern in 2020, is that right? 2021. She started in January, and she was technically Lindsay Reed's intern, and Lindsay bumped her to me, and Cam's in the back, she was also another intern. And about halfway through the internship, I had to do an evaluation on Lindsay, and of course she was doing a great job. And the one thing I wanted to know was, how did she feel about her internship? Like, does she like it? What does she feel about how Oaknoll is treating her, and is she learning from her internship? And she said, this is like the best job I ever had. And I knew right then I needed to hire her. So that's when in my brain, I was like, yep, I'm gonna hire her, and we ultimately hired Lindsay. So Lindsay's a jack of all trades, and I'm gonna let her tell you a little bit about what she does at Oaknoll.
Hello, I'm Lindsay. Like Laura said, I did my internship here starting January 2021, got hired in April 2021, so I've been here for about a year and a half now. How my schedule kind of works: I teach at East on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I teach toes, boot camp, and then walking group, and then a new class called Power Hour, which is basically what boot camp is here. And then on Thursdays and Fridays, I teach over here, teaching toes, aqua size, and line dancing. And then in the evening, I'm here for programs, helping set it up and everything in between. That's really, yes, I do some technology stuff. Anyone have any questions for me? Yes, thank you.
She's the girl that keeps Oaknoll together. Yes, that's exactly right.
And she's always cheerful and patient, and when we do line dancing, she doesn't ever make us feel like we're not good enough, you know? And she gives us plenty of space to do what we need to do, and encouraging all the time.
Thank you, John.
Okay, and then last but not least is Demetra. Demetra started here as a volunteer. She came to me from Core Fitness. She was the head trainer at Core Fitness. Everybody in the community knows Demetra. And she came here because she wanted to get some different experiences with training people. So she hadn't had a lot of opportunities to train older adults. So she came to us, and then she liked it. So then I hired her part-time. And then the day I went into labor, she became a full-time employee. So, was that right? Or yeah.
And now that I have kids, I'm back to part-time.
Now she's back to part-time. So Demetra's been here 15 years. So anyway, Demetra, we sometimes call her the dominatrix. And I joke around that she's evil, but she's a very kind soul. And except when she's making you lift 25-pound dumbbells. So I'm gonna let Demetra take it over.
Hi everybody. Okay, we're gonna start with jumping jacks. I'm kidding. Yeah, that's my story with Oaknoll. I've been here 15 years, and I've been a personal trainer since 2002. I started working in fitness clubs and came here, and I like it a lot, so I stayed. And I have 2 kids and a new dog as of 2 weeks ago. So so life's busy outside of here, so I'm just part-time. And I'm here Monday through Thursday. And I do most of my mornings in assisted living. I teach exercise classes in assisted living. Anybody can come to those classes. It's not just for assisted living. It's similar to Laura's Toes class. But it's all seated. We do weights, we do bands, we do some leg work. And then we just finally started up our boot camp class again in the fitness room. So I'm excited about that. We had 2 years off because of COVID. And I work with people one-on-one. So I help people set up programs and try to help people feel confident that they can do their workouts on their own. So starting with a handful of exercises, and then we can expand the program for each individual. And that's about it. And yes, thank you. So we also do wellness. We have a wellness program for the employees. And the big program we do for our staff is called Team Blue. And boy, that has a history too with Blue Zones. But our Team Blue program is staff sign up every 3 months, and they can earn points, and then those points can get them prizes. So that's the program in a nutshell. And we also teach classes for staff in the afternoon. Sometimes you might see us in the studio working out. Any questions? Yeah.
I'm just gonna point out again and
Okay.
say patience. I don't know how you people do it, those of us who struggle with physical fitness, but you never make us feel like we can't do something. You just encourage us to do it, and then even if we go home thinking, but I didn't do it very well, you still feel good because you acknowledge that we try.
Well, thank you.
It's very helpful.
I'm glad that that's the feeling you have when you leave class. So that's nice. And I think that's, we all want to help. That's why we're here. We want to help. So if there's someone to help, that makes our jobs a little more fun. Did you have a question?
Do you still have that Volkswagen?
The what? The what?
That Volkswagen Bug?
Oh,
That's on that picture on the wall?
Oh, that was in Las Vegas. And you know what they say about Vegas. It all stays there. I can't say anything more. So just as some of you have seen been by my office in the third floor fitness room, my husband and I, we've been together for 25 years and married for 15. So on our anniversary this year, we went to Las Vegas and renewed our vows. So there's a picture of us with the Volkswagen Bug that says just married on it. So, and that's all I can say about our Vegas trip. Thank you.
Yes, Sue?
You haven't mentioned the swimming pool. Did you do that?
We have a swimming pool at Oaknoll. What do you want me to tell about the pool? Let me tell you. Yes. I invited all of them to come, but they couldn't. So Christy teaches for us at 6:30 on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Thank you, because I didn't mention those folks. Thank you very much. Christy teaches Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6:30 a.m. And Sue Carter teaches Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 a.m. Christy works at Oaknoll in our dining services. And I think she won the pumpkin carving or the pumpkin decorating contest already. Did you see the new one we got today? Oh, it's a good one. We're doing a pumpkin decorating contest, and Christy was the first one to bring hers in, and I think she already won, so bring it to Demetra's office. she'll have them displayed early next week. So yes, thank you. I didn't mention those folks. They are Oaknoll employees. Nope, Sue is not. Just Christy. Yep, I lied. Christy is an Oaknoll employee. I want to finish off by 2 things. So number 1, I feel like I hire the best people. I really do. Demetra, I stole her from CORE. She was the head trainer at CORE. Like I said, everybody knows her. We all know Lindsay's the best. I knew that about 3 weeks into her internship. Lisa and Claire are the best, and Lisa, gosh, you've been in the community forever teaching yoga, and Claire is kind of working with Lisa now, learning from the best, and Tracy's the best. I've never had another reflexologist, but I talked about V, I just feel like our group of people in fitness and wellness in the salon are top notch. Everybody knows Jolene's the best, so I want to tell you that I used to get my nails done by V forever ago, and then ultimately V came and worked for me at Oaknoll. And Jolene, she used to cut my hair before she worked at Oaknoll, so then I got my hair cut by Jolene, so I brought her to work at Oaknoll. And then I used to get massages by Abby at the gym, so I brought her to work at Oaknoll. So everybody I just bring them here to work at Oaknoll. Thank you. Last but not least, can you pull up the thing for me? You guys don't have to move, I don't think. This will come out in the Acorns soon. Can you guys see that okay? Kind of giving you an example. So we have a new Oaknoll clothing store online. And Lindsay and I are both wearing Oaknoll sweatshirts, and so I thought maybe this would be a good time to talk about it. This has nothing to do with my job. We got this started because we ordered some t-shirts for our Team Blue program.
You're also in charge of this.
And I'm also now in charge of this. So, for example, let's say you want to order that t-shirt, that blue t-shirt. You say, oh, I like that t-shirt. So you think, oh, I don't want that giant O on my front. So you can go to view more designs. And, oh, I like that one better. Oaknoll there. Oh, yeah, that's way better. Or you could put that on the left side. Well, no, I don't like that one as much because it looks like I'm a worker. I like it better in the center. So then you find the shirt. Oh, I love that shirt. Oh, maybe I want it in gray. Nope, I want it maybe in black. Oh yeah, that's the one I want. So I want that shirt. I actually could add something to the back if I wanted. I don't want to, but I could put something on the back. You know, maybe I wanted to put the giant O on the back. Yeah, I don't like that, so I'm gonna remove that. So then I want to go back and I'm going to just pick my size. You already know your size. Just go down to, there you go. I'm going to get a medium. And I'm going to add it to my cart. And then I'm going to check out. So now I'm going to check out. I'm going to put in my own credit card, my own address, and it's going to come to my house or to your apartment. So this is how we can do Oaknoll clothes. We're going to start this. We're going to try it. There's no bulk order once a year. You can order this when you're eating breakfast. You can order this when you wake up in the middle of the night and you want to just look on the internet. You can order it while you're working as long as nobody sees you doing it. So you can order any of these clothes. You can see what they look like. There's hats, there's blankets, there's drinkware, bags. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So we're launching this and trying to get this out. I've had one resident already order something on Thursday, and she got her clothes on Saturday. So it was really, really fast. And this will come out in the Acorns, whenever you guys get the Acorns, which would be next week on Tuesday. And then I'll try to get it in the weekly memo. There's a cup, yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up since I had a captive audience. Does anybody have any questions about this? You will once you go to order. So just call me or email me if you decide something, you don't understand something, just call me or whatever. Oh, you can get a dog tag, look at that. There you go, there's a Christmas gift for like a grandkid. Oh, a star one. Get an ornament for Christmas. So anyway, thank you all for coming. I appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate you guys all coming to classes, and I can probably speak for every single one of us when we say we love working at Oaknoll. So thanks so much. Have a great night, everyone.